Okay, I'll be going through limiting reagents under stoichiometry and mole concept. What are limiting reagents? Limiting reagents are reagents that determine the number of moles of product produced. During a reaction, the mole ratio determines the amount of reactants that will react. Oftentimes, only one reactant will be fully consumed before the other reactants. The reactant that has been fully consumed is known as the limiting reagent. The remaining reactants are now unable to react further and they are known to be in excess. Do take note that it's important to only use the mole ratio to determine the limiting reagent. The steps to determine limiting reactant are shown below. So first step is to construct a balanced chemical equation for the reaction taking place. So for example, you have magnesium reacting with dilute nitric acid in a conical flask. So this is the chemical equation. Magnesium plus nitric acid will give you magnesium nitrate plus hydrogen gas. Second step is to determine the number of moles of each reactant present. How do you do so? For magnesium, they have given you the mass of it, which is 3 grams. So 3 divided by the molar mass, which is 24, which will give you 0.125 moles. For nitric acid, you can find the number of moles by multiplying the concentration of the acid to the volume of acid used, which is shown over here, and you'll get 0.025 moles. In the case of gases, you can determine the number of moles by dividing the volume of gas by the molar volume, which is 24 dm3. Next, once you have both ratios, you can compare the mole ratios between the reactants. So from this equation above, the mole ratio between magnesium and nitric acid is 1:2. Therefore, 0.25 moles of nitric acid is required to completely react with 0.125 moles of magnesium present. Since the amount of nitric acid present is less than 0.25 moles, it is the limiting reagent. So nitric acid is the limiting reagent. After the limiting reagent has been determined, the mole ratio of the limiting reagent is used to determine the amount of any products formed. And that is 2 minutes of chemistry. See you next time.